So, how do you like the story so far, friends? Thank you, God. Finally, Allah heard the unfortunate Maulvi Abul's cries. So, let's have a look at the match Maulvi Abul has found for his daughter. One evening, a few days later, someone knocked at the door. He went to the door himself and opened it. A wave of fragrance flowed into the house. Assalamu alaikum, sir. He heard a familiar voice. It was Shamim Ahmed. After the preliminary exchange of greetings, Shamim Ahmed hesitatingly said something private to Maulvi Abul. A thrill went through Maulvi Abul's ears. An idea came to him. Instead of listening to Shamim Ahmed's request on his threshold, he turned and shouted, "Arif's mother, I am going out. I will be back soon." And he started walking towards the mosque. Shamim Ahmed followed him silently. They went to a room at one end of the mosque. It was dark and usually used for offering special prayers in solitude. Maulvi Abul went into the room. He put a match to a dry twig and with it lit the earthen lamp. The flame flickered for a while, then became steady. Shamim Ahmed was now looking nervously into the flickering flame. To put him at ease, Maulvi Abul said softly, "What is it, son?" Shamim Ahmed lowered his eyes, hesitated for a moment, and then replied, "If you allow me, sir, I'll begin." "Yes, of course, son. What is it?" To encourage the youth, he patted his back. Shamim felt at ease, but couldn't overcome his embarrassment. Then, finally mustering up courage, he cleared his throat and began in a low voice. "As a matter of fact, my mother should have done this, but she is not well. That's why I have come." He stopped. "You did the right thing," Maulvi Abul said affectionately. "My request is, please accept me as your slave. I mean," he stopped abruptly, stumbling over the words. Maulvi Abul could not believe what he had just heard. To make sure, he asked, "What is it, son? I don't quite understand." "You wish me to accept you as—" "Yes, sir, as your slave." Shamim Ahmed blurted out in haste, "I mean, if you have no objection, I will send my mother with the marriage proposal. It will be an honor, sir, to be your son." In his excitement, fear, and confusion, he did not see the tears which had silently rolled down Maulvi Abul's cheeks. In that silence, time almost stood still for both of them. They looked dazed. Maulvi Abul sighed and wiped the tears from his eyes and his face with the loose end of his turban. In a quivering voice, he said, "O Allah, daughters are your helpless creatures." He caught hold of Shamim Ahmed's hand and added, "They are for marriage. You are my dear disciple. Brother Hafiz Abdul Rahim's son is also my son. Come, my son, come." And he embraced Shamim Ahmed warmly. Half an hour later, when he reached home, Zaibun Nisa asked, "Where are you coming from with this wave of fragrance?" Mehrul looked up. Before her father could answer, she said, "Yes, Abba, what a sweet perfume. The whole house is full of it." Seeing him silent, his wife went to him. "What is it?" she inquired softly. Maulvi Abul looked first towards his eldest daughter, then towards the row of children who had appeared on the scene. They had all clustered around their sister. They looked disappointed, for he had returned empty-handed. They had to be pleased first. So he declared slowly, "Tonight, all my children will get a special treat, a little raw sugar with bread." This did the trick. Their faces immediately lit up with joy. He then went to another part of the courtyard and sat down on the matted bed. Come here, Arif's mother. Maulvi Abul sounded excited as he called out for his wife. He told her the whole incident. At first, Zebun-Nisa did not believe him. But when he repeated the story under oath, she began to cry. "Don't cry, Zebun," he said softly. He rarely addressed her that way, but today was a special day. Allah did listen to our prayers. Let us bow our heads to Him. They were still lost in their newly acquired happiness when suddenly, once again, they heard a knock. Before any of his children could rush and open the door, Maulvi Abul shouted, "Wait, let me see." He went to the door and opened it. Chaudhry Fateh Dad was standing there, wrapped in a shawl. He warmly caught Maulvi Abul's hands and embraced him. "Congratulations, sir. At last, my efforts have proved fruitful," he said in a low voice. "Yes, Chaudhry Sahab. I am thankful to you and grateful to Almighty Allah. Shamim is a good boy, sir. Please take a decision without delay. Who knows what may happen?" Saying that, he brought out a cotton bag from under his shawl and handed it over to Maulvi Abul. "This is a humble gift. Please give it to my daughter on my behalf," said Chaudhry Fateh Dad. Gratified and almost dazed, Maulvi Abul went back to his wife. With a thumping heart, he opened the bag. Tied neatly in a large silken kerchief were a pair of gold pendant set with large shining stones and wrapped in a 100-rupee note. So friends, my eyes are gleaming with joy. Finally, several happy moments have arrived. When Mehrun-Nisa's wedding date was set, the pre-wedding celebrations began in her home. We will get to know about celebrations in the next video.